right? We have, in terms of our reserve, the reserve as of today is $171 million. The reserve projected for 6/30 is $232 million. Can we live off of our reserve? If we do live off our reserve and we don't address this hole with anything other than the reserve, then our rating is going to go through the floor, and all money that we need in order to float our costs and salaries are going to be hugely much more expensive. Everybody understands we have got to address this crisis now, right? So you have this process. Let me tell you what the process we're in the middle of. You have, in these 2,400 early retirements, about 1,400 are retirements from general funded positions. About 1,000 of them are retirements from special funded positions or proprietary departments, right? So you have somebody leave a proprietary department or a special funded position, that doesn't help you on this. But what it does do is it creates a place for people in special funded positions to migrate if they are appropriately skilled. And every person you take off the general fund and bring to a special funded position is the same as a layoff as far as our crisis is concerned. So what is happening right now? You saw Miguel Santana put out a call for 1,000 layoffs about maybe 3 weeks ago, right? And that put together his list of 1,000 layoffs. He probably shouldn't have called it 1,000 layoffs because that was not clear communication from my point of view. That was a call for 1,000 layoffs/transfers, is what it was. Okay, so here's your 1,000 layoff/transfer list. Why is this a profound thing? In 1983, the city of Los Angeles laid off 8 people. We don't have experience at mass layoffs. It's the first time we're really, truly in this crisis, right? So here we are in our layoff list. Turns out, of the 1,000 layoffs, the list he put together had 60 firefighters that if we had laid them off, we would have to still do those jobs at time and a half. So we immediately took 60 people off that list. So now we're really on that layoff list, there's 940 people. Of that 940 people, there are 262 that are eligible for layoff now. General funded positions represented by engineers and architects who refuse to give up their cost of living adjustments, refuse to give up their step increases, say, okay, you get no protection. 262 eligible for layoff now who we think are expendable within our city departments. There are also some inspectors. MCI, A, and EID, engineering architects are the 2 that are vulnerable. In addition to that, we have another 600 and I can't do my math, I know I need to. 678, thank you, who are on the layoff list that are coalition members who are targeted for elimination, but we can't lay them off because they gave up their cost of living, gave up their COLAs, did all the increases, so we said, but they are eligible for layoff. If we hit a $100 million gap or more, that was in the contract, so July 1, boom, out the door. So what we have is we have on this 1,000 special funded positions that early retired, we at this point have 330 special funded ERIP openings. When they did the actuarial study to say how much is it going to cost all the other city employees to increase their contribution to fully cover these 2,400 early retirements, they said you can only, in the study, bring in 7% backfills the first year and 6% each additional year for 15 years. You're going to reduce the size of government for 15 years in order to be able to have this funded and not rip off the general fund. So that's where we're at. But it doesn't say you can't take somebody who's currently on the general fund in the relationship position and move them to a special funded position. That still does not affect your actuarial study on your LACERS program. So that's what we're doing. We're taking people from general funded positions, which is a lot faster to do, bringing to special funded positions to save money this year and permanently save money into the future. So what happened is these people in the different departments, you can't force them to transfer from one department to another department. You can only do it through volunteer. So emails went out and say you have until Monday of 3 weeks ago to raise your hand electronically to volunteer to go from a special funded position to a general funded position. If you don't, be careful, because not only are there this 1,000-person layoff list, but there's a 2,000 or 3,000 layoff list that's coming next year. And so we had a total of 2,000 people who raised their hand electronically from this group, and from the potential larger general funded positions that are vulnerable. And so we have now had, over the last 2 weeks, this is the rush that's going on inside of City Hall, right, to these 330 positions. Because of this 2,400 ERIPs, 1,000 special funded, 330 that are open now, we have another 720 special funded ERIPs.
You got 780 on your other chart.
Okay, thank you. 780, because it's special funded ERIPs, plus there are a few other openings that are special funded. 780 special funded ERIPs, plus a few others that are special funded positions that will open up between now, today, and July 1st, June 30th. Most of it's going to happen before April 23rd, because we're trying to push it through the door as fast as possible to find savings every single day. Every day we don't do this, 1,000, it's cost the city $330,000, right? Pressure is on, everybody's putting pressure on everybody to address this. So what you have is you have this additional group of people. As these jobs open, are going to be making this move. Anybody that hasn't got a job is going to be making this run. Everybody over here is going to be making this run. So this is the pressure that's coming. This is going to play out over the next couple months. So